What's up guys, Chris here for another poorly edited, poorly filmed video. Quick update on the car. Basically, like I said in the last video, everything was good except for some oil pressure drop at the end of the track, hit a safety a few times. So today I am starting the renovations to remedy the issue so we can get back to the track and turn the boost up and start leaning on the car. I got this Enemies Racing Australia baffle from Curtis Greenway. He's the guy that supplies my engines. A lot of you guys have asked. Curtis Greenway, hit him up on Facebook, join the Barra USA page, all that good stuff. But hopefully the baffle will help. And then oh shit, I was gonna edit that out, but it's funny. You've probably all done it. Left the jack under the car as I get ready to lift it up and smash my shin into it. I've done it twice already because I'm a dumbass. All right, so I got the valve cover back from Jonathan for the parts. He welded up some 12AN fittings on there. I just had the press in. It's 8AN, but this one presses into the factory location. It came loose once, and then this one just sits in like a grommet. Like I can just, that bad boy just pulls out. So a little upgrade there. I guess they worked, but need to clean that up. And the last thing we're gonna do when I pull the pan off to get the baffle in, we're gonna go ahead and shim the oil pump just to help give it a little bit more pressure. And while I'm in here, because I can't leave anything alone, I went ahead and was talking to Kelly from Keltrack, and he said he's got some new springs that are better than the BMR drags on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some new springs in while I'm at it. Depending on how long I go without finishing everything else up, I may add a CO2 shifter, I may not, depends on money. And then at some point I still want to wrap the car, but like I said in the last video, I've got a little bit of stuff to fix from the hood and the front bumper where the wind cracked the fiberglass. So a little bit of stuff to do there. But once the oil pressure thing is kind of sorted, I may just jump ahead and worry about how the car looks another day, maybe after we run another best, and then figure out, is this the turbo we're gonna keep on the car or what the next step is, and while waiting, maybe make it pretty so it's all one color. Though the multicolor is growing on me, so we'll see how this looks. I get everything put on. I was gonna time lapse me taking those out, but I don't think anyone's here to watch me work on my car. So got those out. All right, so got them out. A lot of difference. It looks like online these are like 120 to 160 or 100 around 120, 160 spring rate. I didn't ask Kelly what these are. I'm guessing they're 100 based off of the 100 all over them. So we'll put these on, put the car back together, and see what it does here. All right, got those in. I've managed to cut my head on the bumper. That's why you don't get to watch me film, because I'm super clumsy, and if I had to work on cars full time, I probably wouldn't have all my fingers and who knows what. But all right, the car's back down. I didn't ask Kelly, but it looks like it sits lower now. I don't know. So those are in, and now we'll be on to the valve cover. And I'm still waiting on, I've got hose and fittings coming from Monkey Fab and new pieces for this Motion. It's like a 16 ORB to an 8. Those were wildly expensive and ineffective. So I've got 16 to 12 on there. And I got to figure out, I got what I already talked about with the oil pan, how much oil's in it. So, all right, more update to come. All right, well, I don't know what's gotten into me, but I don't feel like waiting for powder coat, and I don't want to leave the valve cover raw. Looks kind of rough. So I got some tools, and I'm going to try to wrinkle coat the valve cover, which not a great painter, so let's see how this turns out. I did pick up some stuff to help me. Little X-Acto knife, little scuff pad, some tape, Wrinkle Plus. Coors Banquet should really increase my skills, so I think I got everything I need. Get this scuffed up, taped off. I've already cleaned it a little bit, and we'll see how this turns out. Well, it's painted. I took the heat gun to it, but it hasn't started really to wrinkle yet. I'm afraid to put too much heat on it and then screw it up. So I'm just gonna let it ride. A couple bugs got on it, but hopefully it turns out halfway decent and good enough for what I'm doing. I'll carry on and try to get back to the racing. All right, well, I came back out to check on it, and it looks like it is starting to wrinkle, so kind of cool. Guess we'll see what happens overnight. All right, so that set up nice overnight. I mean, looks pretty good. I'm no painter, so for a $14 can, I'm not mad about it. Got the dash 12s in there, waiting on the fittings and the line so I can cut that, and then we'll move on to the next set of upgrades. Well, I didn't plan this video out very well, so I've added a side quest to this, and I got sick of looking at the V6 back deck lid, so I bought one of the SVE flat black deck lids. They're on sale for like $139 for Black Friday, so now I will be cutting that out so I can install the deck lid, which doesn't look too bad. It's like 3M tape on, cut the hump out and be good to go. So little side quest and back to the regular mission. All right, well, that's done. I bought a cheap Dremel to do it, and it ate through the cutoff wheel so quick, I just switched back to my regular grinder and cutoff wheel. But it's done. Guess I'll clean it up for the car to be wrapped before I put that on there. And in the meantime, back to oil land. All right, guys, little update here. Can't get the pan out with the K-member the way it is, so I'm gonna have to pull everything off the front and angle the engine up and take the drive shaft out, move everything forward enough to get over the K-member hopefully, and pull this out, because I can't think of a better way to try to do this. So hopefully this doesn't take forever. I'm super annoyed that I have to do all this already, so back soon. Okay, so I found out I could take the motor mount off, and I had to take the manifold loose, and I could actually fit the pan through here after I cut off I think it's for the electric power steering, but it's out. We'll see how hard it is to get back in. Oil pump's been shimmed. Oil pump shimmed. Hopefully everything can go back in here soon, and I can just finish up the CO2 and the shifter and put the car back together. So just broken off the clip up there. Must have hit off the brace on the trans. All right, so the center line has been adjusted on the exhaust and intake cam, and we went ahead and got some Torx bit upgrades for these block off VCT block off plates. The regular hex just want to strip, so did that. Now time to put this thing back together. All right, we are back under the car. I'm off my ass, and I've got the piece in to fix the dual dumps. Pete sent me a spare mount that he had, and I am changing to a solid mount. I had a rubber, which probably allowed that to happen. And as you can see, I finally got the shifter piece in. I did have to cut out this piece, the OEM trans mount with the way my stuff sat, but it's in there. And I'm gonna get out of under the car and show you the inside. And it's ran the slack. I think I'm just gonna hide the slack under the dash. There's nothing back there. But it's in, and it works. So I'll have to make sure it shifts smooth. It's not just being weird because I'm standing the way I am, or I'll have to fiddle with this cable, but I think it's all right. And then where'd that piece go? My parachute mount was here, but the tack weld broke off, so that's missing. So now I've got to figure out if I want to put it back, or I want to mount that somewhere else, and then I've got to put all this stuff back. I will have to clearance this panel. Obviously is not gonna, no bueno there. So still some stuff to do. And then the CO2, the airline is ran. I've tested that, it holds. So I think at this point, clearance that piece for the shifter, do the wiring, and I think I can fill this thing back up with oil and start it up. All right, so scratch that. Looks like here, I mean, it's close, but neutral, reverse, park. I mean, I don't think I need to do anything. So, second, neutral, reverse. I mean, shoot, she's in there. She's ready. We're done here. Here's what happened though. This guy used to sit right here. She's no more. I got to figure out. I don't think I want to tack that back there. I think there's going to be a better solution, maybe up on the cage or something. But that's good news. This will save me some more time, and really I should be down to a few other things underneath the car and then ready to get the wiring done, get the oil back in it, and it should be time to fire this thing up. So I kind of went on a not sure how to film some of this and what to put together to try to put on YouTube, but I think I'm going to just put this together for you guys last minute and let you deal with it. At least it's an update. But Curtis came in, we went ahead and adjusted the cam gear, so they were obviously set for that choppy goodness, and now they're set for RPM and what the car is supposed to do. So hopefully that'll reduce our back pressure and get us to be able to push the turbo a bit further and see where the 78, 75 is going to end up. And then after that, I'll be swapping turbos, trying to figure out what the setup is I want to go to, maybe what class I want to run in. I also got the wrap in for the car, so this thing will be a solid collar before too long. Granted, I do have to get the fiberglass fixed and figure out the front bumper situation, so there's like odds and ends, and maybe it'll be all one color except for the bumper until I figure that out, because I really just want to get back to the track and run the car again, and then go from there. But I guess I'll see how these upgrades go and what's more likely to happen in the meantime. But thanks for tuning into this mess.